Right, this is the remotes I've plugged in around the house. They mainly control lights, but they can control anything from water features like this one here. Small ornamental lights like this. Even my home computer is controlled remotely by these. Anyway, they get plugged in, quite simple. If you plug them in on a timer, then you have an automatic way of switching off lighting and stuff if you're not around and you forget to switch them off. When the timer switches the power back on, the remote plug-in comes on, but the power doesn't come onto the switch. It requires you to use the remote to switch anything on, so it's totally safe. You could use it to control electric heaters, but that's very close to the maximum of what you could allow it to do. Here's a typical remote with its different channels. What I wanted to show you was quite a neat thing. We've got a really old fireplace here. The reason I don't replace it is because the back boiler is pretty efficient, pretty cheap to run, and it would cost a fortune to put a new combi boiler in. The boiler and the lagging on the various pipes and the hot tank mean that my heating bills are very reasonable compared to other folks. Anyway, of course it looks old, it looks dated, and the actual heating element side of it, the stuff at the front, I disconnected that and isolated the gas to it because I deemed it pretty dangerous in that it's lit by a pilot light and not an igniter. If the pilot light goes out and somebody puts the gas on, the fire doesn't go on. That's dangerous. So like I say, I've isolated it so it can't come on. But the back boiler, it's got a permanent pilot light, and if it goes out, the actual gas gets switched off to that, so that's safe. Anyway, less the yapping. Anyway, I'm going to show you what I did to liven this thing up, just using some Christmas tree lights. Here we go. Switch out the main lights in the room first. Okay, now remember, all these lights that come on are controlled by these remotes. Just get hold of the remote here and press the button to switch all the lights on. Nice little ornamental light come on. Our Christmas tree lights in the window have come on. That ornamental light comes on, and this little pump, which unfortunately you can't see very well. I'll maybe need to get some sort of light to make that work, make it look more attractive. But here's the real class act. Those red Christmas tree lights now make it look like a thing's on. It actually gives a really warm, homely feel to it. The shadow that was cast underneath the fire is now lit up, so there's no dark areas there. These ornamental lights at the side, they're switched on. All this lighting here, by the way, is controlled by one remote plug-in. This and the pump's one remote plug-in. That light there's one remote plug-in. The Christmas tree lights, the Christmas lights in the window are another remote plug-in. I also have inside the radiator, hold on, I'll switch on the main light. I also have inside the radiator there, this is the radiator here, a fan which is switched on by this remote here. It's not coming on now because the timer's shut down, but there's a fan inside there to spread the heat. When that fan's on, it's just a little tiny fan. It's only about 6 inch, not even that, maybe 4 inch. It fairly spreads the heat around this room. It's been a great idea to add that on. And because the electrics are hidden behind, it had to be done with a separate remote, separate remote plug-in. Anyway, that's that. Beautiful. And remember, I can leave this switched on, go to my bed, and an hour from now the timer will kick in and switch everything off, and the various timers that are here will kick in and switch everything off in the room. Just to show how much this has really worked. Here's my TV. I can switch it on using the remote on a separate, it's on channel 4. my computer is switched on with remotes as well. All the wiring is hidden. Oh, you can't see it. Hold on, I'll get the lights on again. Yeah, all the wiring, most of the wiring is hidden down the back of here. There's an absolute nightmare of wiring down the back here because it's for the printer, scanner, that little angle poise light, keyboards, all that stuff is hidden down the back. So to get at it and switch it on is pretty difficult. However, if you look at the modem light, just here now, I'm going to switch on the modem using this remote. That's it, it's come on. You see the green light flashing. And switch on the computer using a separate button on the remote. There you go. Of course I still have to press the power button to switch the computer on, but you can see that's put the power on. Now to switch everything off. Same again. Pretty cool. But as I say, the Christmas tree lights has resurrected this old style gas fire. Very nice. Hope that gives some folk ideas and they can see the way forward to making very fuss-free and simple automatic lighting for their house.